Hello and happy Monday, and not only that, happy November. It's hard to believe that it is November already. I hope you guys had your fill of fun Halloween candy over the weekend, and we had a couple cute little trick-or-treaters. My favorite, of course, was like a almost 3-year-old fireman and a cute 5-month-old little Dalmatian to go with. So those were my favorite trick-or-treaters over the weekend and such. I'm just going to take a minute to get plugged into my iPad with you guys here. Hi, Tori. So today I am kicking off November's virtual stamp camp, and I hope you guys aren't tired of seeing more designer series paper, because I did a lot of that with the ones that were on sale last month. But then I was inspired by a card that I saw on Pinterest. Hi Nancy, hi Angie, and that had some pretty designer series paper, but it wasn't one of them that were on sale. So it's the Feels Like Frost. So here's my card number 1. I'm gonna kind of go like that because we'll see what the lighting does with it. It's a Christmas card that I'm making today with it, but it could be any kind of occasion that you could put into that too. So it's pretty, and I love that paper. It was the #1 selling paper, actually one of the #1 selling items out of the whole holiday catalog last year, and they brought it back. So that was kind of fun to see that happen. And so it's great to be able to use it again too. And I love that, I love it but hate it when papers are so pretty, the paper packs, that you don't know if you should use side A or side B. Hi Shelly, thanks for joining in. So with that, I am done with the paper sale. Stampin' Up's done with the paper sale probably for this year, but they do have a promotion that starts today. I'm not gonna mention it every day like I did with the paper sale, but it's the Curvy Celebration. So if you're on my email list, you will have gotten the link to the flyers for that. There's a Christmas bundle kind of that you can focus on with that, and even just day-to-day things that have a nice curvy appeal to it, both in the stamps and the dies. So like I said, I'm not going to touch base on that because it doesn't have anything to do with today's card, but that's kind of what's happening so far in November. And I did kind of touch on that maybe towards the end of this month there might be something to do with Black Friday, some kind of sale. That's hard to know too. So when I hear about that, I'll let you know, and I'm not going to mention that every day either. So just kind of wanted to kick off today, you know, with a few of those highlights and such, and also let you know that so far I don't have, excuse me, any November virtual hostesses set up either. So hopefully I can maybe get my 10 cards in earlier, but if that changes, don't ever feel bad for scooting me out of the way because you want to be a virtual hostess as well. So I want to put that out there too. Hi Kay, thanks for joining in, and Laura too. So let me get started with the card today. I have my iPad going, and so I'll just get my camera angle headed your way too. And it looks like a lot of you are popping on, so I don't want to waste your time by chatting any more than that. But I will show you once again the card that I'm making today. Very, very simple card, and I think we all love simple cards. I mean, it's kind of fun to do cards that are a little bit more involved too, but sometimes if you're making Christmas cards or making multiples of Christmas cards, you want cards that are a little bit more simple, but because of the different depths and layers of this, I think it'll be one of those cards that people will really enjoy and think you put a lot of effort into. So the stamp set that I'm using is the Itty Bitty Christmas. I love this one. I've used it quite a bit, as you guys know, and I just love the different sentiments that can go for both the front of the card and in the inside. And that is found in the annual catalog on page 62. So Itty Bitty Christmas, it's a standalone stamp set, but just great for doing all sorts of fun stuff. So that's where that's coming from. And then once again, the Feels Like Frost that I talked about, that's from the holiday catalog, and that is on page 42. And so you can see by looking, whoops, that lots of pretty colors and pretty patterns. There's like a purple blue theme, purple pink blue theme kind of throughout, and then on the back side lots of silver embossed images too. So that's where I had to like pick and choose, what am I going to do with this? And when I see what I had and such. I'd bought multiple packages of this last year, and I thought, okay, it's going to be gone. I'll use it up. That'll be good. But then I realized, oh, it's back. I should get some more. So I just decided to go with the silver embossed image on the white there. All right. So to start with my card, I am going to emboss direct right on the base of the card with the hammered metal. There we go. Hammered metal 3D embossing folder. I wanted to get it close enough so you could see it. Hello, Lisa. Good to see you. And Julie, too. So this one came out in last year's catalog, too, and I absolutely love it. It's great for some animal backgrounds, and it's also great to look like metal. It's really fun to put on some of that brushed metallic foil and cardstock like that, too. And with this being 3D, I'm going to just put my machine over here so you can see the 3D layering is just the standard plate, or I should say platform number 1, and then the plate number 4 for the 3D embossing folder. And what I did ahead of time is usually you see my cards and they're already scored 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I'm leaving this. I have scored it at the half mark, but what I want to show you then is when I put it in my embossing folder, because I'm going to emboss the whole front of it, not just one of the layers. I want to stick it in a little bit past that crease. So that way there's nothing that's missed, especially when not a lot of this is going to show. I really want to make sure that you're getting the whole gist of this on there. And then I will lay that on here like so. Hi, Barb. Thanks for joining in. And then I'll just run that through. Like so. Very easy. And I will say, this is kind of my disclaimer. If you saw, I fed it in this way. Embossing folders do best when you put the hinge side here, the crease side, in the machine, because if you tend to want to put it in with the flap down, what happens as it squishes it, it kind of forces the air towards this crease, and it can make that crack and kind of come apart too. So that's my tip. Today I didn't, just because I couldn't get it to feed through the right way, but I have that that embossed image all the way to my crease there. So that is exactly what I wanted. So let me put that aside there. And then I'm going to do some stamping, not a lot actually, but I'm going to use my basic gray ink pad, and thought about embossing it with silver, but I thought, you know what, let's just do some ink today and let the embossed images of the pretty paper kind of do its magic too. Hello, Marla, thanks for joining in. So before I stamp, I'm going to put this down. The Feels Like Frost comes in a 6x6 package here. And so to cut that down, I just cut off like a 2-inch strip. So then I was left with 4 inches, and I cut that in half to come up with 3 by 4. So that's my measurement there, is 3 inches by 4 inches. And I'm just going to tape that right down on some Whisper White cardstock, and it's going to fit right across the top. My Whisper White piece is 3 inches by 5 inches. So we have that fitting snug across the top and the sides, leaving just enough room kind of for the sentiment and a little bit of ribbon space. So I want it to say Season's Greetings on this card. So I've got that, and that's once again in that basic gray. And then I love this ribbon. I need to order a couple more spools because I thought I had about 3 or 4 spools, and I realized I don't. So this is the silver metallic edge ribbon. So it's beautiful. It's white with silver edge, and there's also in the annual catalog a complimentary vanilla color, like ivory color, with gold edge. So depending on your project, one or the other will be great. I kind of go vanilla with the cream color and gold, and then today I'm using white, and it's embossed in silver, so my obvious choice is the white with the silver. And I feel like it just makes a special occasion really special with this ribbon. So, And you can always take and press these ribbons into your ink pad and dye it a different color too. So if you want this to be pool party with the metallic silver edge, you just press it into your metallic, into your pool party ink pad, and then that will change the white to pool party, but it'll leave your silver metallic edge there too. Something that I don't do a lot of because I get so much ink on my hands already that I feel like that would just give me more ink on my hands, and then I'll probably end up getting all over my project too. Okay, so I'm just going to trim that down a little bit after I put that on there. So it's so pretty with the ribbon matching the embossed leaves on there too. Hello, Renee, thanks for joining in. Okay, so then this I have ready to put on the next layer, and that is basic gray, and this is cut 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, so just a 1/4 inch more for width to go around for the matting, like so. So I'll put that on, and then basically it's ready to go onto my card base, which now I can fold and use my bone folder to get a good crease. And there again, the hammered metallic, this was done on the smoky slate cardstock. So kind of just different variations of silvers and grays today. Hello, Jerry, how are you? And then I do want this to pop up. Sometimes when I have ribbon that goes around, it actually went around on the white. Sometimes I like to have dimensionals if it's a little bulkier. This one doesn't get too bulky, so that's kind of nice. Whoops. And so I'm just going to put some dimensionals on all 4 corners and one kind of in the middle just to keep the lift of the project going. Okay, got all the papers off. Whoops. And then I'll just kind of center that top and bottom and side to side. So there is almost the front of the card, but then of course I want to add a little bit more by embellishing it. And so this time of year, I tend to pull out my metallic pearls. There's both gold, which I used last week, and then silver here. So today, since I used the gold last week, I thought, oh, let's pull out the silver and make sure that that gets its equal share of attention. I'm just going to kind of put that here and there in odd numbers, so like 3 of those. I don't want it to take over the card at all, but it just kind of adds a little something there. And then for the inside, from that same stamp set, Itty Bitty Christmas, I'm pulling in Celebrate the Season, and that just kind of fits and ties together with the front. And I didn't do an inside layer because a smoky slate is a pretty light gray, and then with the Celebrate the Season being done in basic gray, which is the darkest gray, it really shows up well, and you can still write your sentiment or whatever you want to who you're writing it to, your signature and such, and that will show up just fine. So that's all I'm doing for the inside there. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for joining in. So there is today's complete card. Really pretty simple, pretty elegant. And I was even thinking, you know, sometimes I think of sympathy cards that could look the same as anniversary cards or different things. I almost thought this could be a thinking of you card or sympathy card besides Christmas too. So when I bring you cards, I always like to do something that is maybe a little bit more versatile and such than just the card that I'm making for the day. So this is my November Stamp Camp code if you want to do anything with that for ordering. And let me get my camera moved around again. Okay, and let's see. And so that's it for today's card. So today, like I said, is card number 1 for November's virtual stamp camp, and how you can get my set of 10 cards. So today's 1 out of 10. There'll be 9 different ones. I'm not even sure, so that means you're not going to be sure what the other 9 are. But some of you just know, oh, I want Belle's cards, and so you start ordering, but I want to get the code posted right away to help you guys when you do place an order so that it counts towards something. And so to get the set of 10 cards, you can place a minimum order of $75, and that will get you the 10 cards for free. And if you don't need to order anything, or you just say, I just love the inspiration, want to keep using up the things that I have on hand, then you can just let me know that you want the set of the cards, and then it is $22. And so you can just let me know anyway, message me, text me, however that works for you. So I will get this card posted here pretty soon. I have a college son coming home, so I think I better get on supper too, because he's probably expecting something a little decent if he's coming home and wants mom's home cooked meal. He wanted to come home tonight so he could vote right away in the morning and head back to college. So I'm excited to see him, and I hope you guys all vote tomorrow too, and make it a great rest of your night. And I'll see you again with a new creation tomorrow sometime. Thanks so much.